2. Can I get a roll call, please?
Mr. Armstrong?
Here.
Mrs. Bedia? Here. Mrs. Bonacci?
Here.
Mrs. Matthews? Here.
Here. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, at this time, I would like to take nominations for the office of president of the board for the year 2015.
I'd like to nominate Mr. Rod Armstrong.
Second.
Are there any other nominations? Do you accept Mr. Armstrong?
Yes.
Okay, if there are no other nominations, I need a motion to close.
Motion to close.
Okay. Can I get a second on that, please?
Second.
It was a motion by Mrs. Bedio and seconded by Mrs. Matthews. Can I get a roll call?
Mrs. Bedia? Aye. Mr. Bonacci?
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews? Aye. Mrs. Powers?
I abstain.
Mr. Armstrong?
Aye.
Okay. Would you like to give the oath of office?
First, we can vote on the cabinet. You just listen on the.
No, sorry.
So
Can we get a vote on the president?
we need a motion and a second for the.
Motion. Sir Armstrong, President.
Second.
Okay, and roll call, please.
Mr. Bonacci?
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews?
Aye.
Mrs. Powers?
Abstain?
Mr. Armstrong?
Aye.
Mrs. Bedia? Aye. Mr. Armstrong, before you preside, you will office, raise your right hand. Your answer will be, I do. Do you, Rod Armstrong, as board president, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as the board president of the Board of Education of the Stow Munroe City School District, Summit County, Ohio, to the best of your ability and in accordance with the laws now in effect and hereafter to be enacted during your continuance in said office and until your successor is elected and qualified.
I do.
Congratulations.
Now, for the nomination of vice president for the board. Do I have any nominations for vice president?
I'd like to nominate Mr. Bonacci.
Second?
Okay, we have a second. Any other? Okay. Close nomination. I accept.
And now motion to close the nomination.
Motion to close nominations.
Make motion to close.
Second. Roll call.
Mrs. Matthews? Aye. Mrs. Powers?
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong?
Aye.
Mrs. Bedia? Aye. Mr. Bonacci?
Aye.
Now that the nominations are closed, we need an election.
Make a motion to elect the vice president, Mr. Bonacci.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Powers?
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong?
Aye.
Mrs. Bedia? Aye. Mr. Bonacci?
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews? Aye. As board vice president, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as vice president or vice president of the best of your ability and in accordance with the law now and effect and hereafter to be enacted during your continuance in said office and until your successor is elected and qualified. Congratulations.
Item 6 is next on the agenda, which is the board meeting times and dates. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes or the meeting dates as per attachment exhibit 1?
On the draft, make sure we note that if it's a holiday, Monday, that we will week the following day, Tuesday. We'll get that on the draft, it's not on there. I think there's like
I
three.
think we wrote that.
There's, yeah, you get on, so I think there's like 3 holidays.
Right, there's a number of issues because on the April 6th meeting, there's no school on that day as well. So I don't know if you want to change that to Tuesday. It's the day after Easter.
Yeah, I would say anytime it's a holiday where school's closed, we go the next day.
So should it be changed to April 7th?
It's probably best for public consumption to have the actual date, so perhaps for Tuesday's date in place.
We did that for Monday, Tuesday, the February 17th, and for Tuesday, January 20th, and Tuesday, the 23rd, but also the August, the first Monday in August.
Well, I understand that if school is closed, especially during the winter months, on Monday or a holiday, it's always the day following, and it should be noted on
Yeah, that's what Fred did.
Yeah.
the meeting.
So if you want to change it, that's fine too.
So we'll be changing the April 6th to April 7th?
7th, yeah. It's closed.
And then my other question would be that we have a meeting scheduled for June 23rd, except year end is always on the 30th, so I don't know if we want to change that to the 30th or not.
Well, we moved it a week ahead of time, and we did that last year too. So it's not the last day of the month, we'll be falling into July.
Really is best for the close of the fiscal year, which is what you do in the June 30th meeting for the most part, is the cyclical.
Last year, we moved it ahead a week.
True, but we're still conducting business through June 30th, so it's a lot of guesswork.
So the 23rd is for the closing. That's the reason we put it on that Tuesday. Move it to the next Tuesday, it's into 4th of July week.
Isn't that a Monday?
That's a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Well, I guess my only question would be, is are we going to have to meet again?
Well,
To
if
close.
something hits the
Right.
in the meantime.
Last year, we were okay, we didn't have to.
Yeah, we made it last year.
Yeah, we made it last year, and we're going to try and continue to do that for future years.
Well, why don't we just leave it, if it's closed, we say you can't make it, if you got an issue, then we adjust.
Well, here's an example. Last year, it turns out the federal subsidy for food service did not come in, so one of the actions you took was to advance that money. If I'd had it come in for June 30th, you would have had the need to advance, because it would have been necessary, so.
Is there a motion to approve the calendar, the second approving the
I
calendar?
would recommend that we go to June 30th to make it easier.
I
I'm sure you're going to disagree, but it didn't work that well last year, which we found out, and why is it going to work better this year?
it did work last year.
Not well.
It did work well last year.
And July 4th is many days away, 4 or 5 days away.
I think it should be on the 30th.
I think it should be on the 30th.
It's pretty much always been on the 30th.
Right.
Okay.
On 30th? Okay, good, thank you.
And that is a Tuesday as well.
Make a motion to approve
as adapted? Okay. Second? I have a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Menacci. Okay, the item 7 on the agenda is the service fund. Roll call. Hey, we moved on, we made that motion. Roll call.
Mr. Armstrong.
Aye.
Mrs. Bedio.
Aye.
Mr. Bonacci.
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews.
Aye.
Mrs. Powers.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay. Service fund. Item 7 is approve the service fund, $20,000 in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 3315.15. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Bedio, second by Ms. Powers.
No, motion by
Motion by Powers,
Powers.
second.
Second by Ms. And roll call?
Mrs. Bedio.
Aye.
Mr. Bonacci.
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews.
Aye.
Mrs. Powers.
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong.
Aye. Number 8 is tax advances. And do I have a motion to authorize the treasurer to obtain advances against tax collection as prescribed by Ohio Revised Code 321.24 from the county auditor in order to meet current expenses as presented at Exhibit 2?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Powers, motion, and second by Ms. Matthews. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bonacci.
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews.
Aye.
Mrs. Powers.
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong.
Aye.
Mrs. Bedio.
Aye.
Do I, number 9 is the standing authorizations, 2 parts. Part A is, do I have a motion to recommend the following standard authorizations, 1 through 13, be approved for calendar year 2015?
So moved.
Second.
So moved by Ms. Powers, second by Ms. Bedio. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Matthews.
Aye.
Mrs. Powers.
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong.
Aye.
Mrs. Bedio.
Aye.
Mr. Bonacci.
Aye. Second part of the standing authorizations is legal counsel and legal consultants for 2015. The Stow Munroe City Board of Education shall use legal counsel and legal consultants as follows in this exhibit. Do I have a motion?
Discussion?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, first we do the motion, and a second, and a discussion.
Okay.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And a second? Okay, discussion?
Okay. I would like to have it on record that what I approved of in August didn't come out that the way I was told it was going to be. I approved the legal counsel in August because of Mr. Flanagan and Mr. Gibble. I have a lot of faith and trust in those 2 lawyers, and it comes to my knowledge that we no longer have Mr. Flanagan. And therefore, I don't know Mr. Barkley, but I have a lot of faith in those 2 lawyers. The other thing that also came out was the fact that I didn't realize this in August. We could have had Mr. Flanagan and Mr. Gibbles for $99,000 a year, but we went with Markland for $300,000.
Do you understand that Mr. Flank is no longer in business?
Absolutely, that's why I'm
Do
saying
you
that I
understand
no longer,
that-
this is not the contract that I...
Which particular language are you confused with this? Because it's exactly the same as what we voted on.
The
If you-
language may be the same,
Can you tell
but the
me-
people involved are not there.
Can you tell me that, is it number 7?
It's number 7.
Okay,
Number
that,
7
if
is
you
no
go back,
longer.
if you go back to that contract,
Mhm.
that was in there. So
I have a funny feeling that that's not so. I can go back and look
I
at
checked
it.
that today.
Okay.
I did check
Well,
that too.
like I said, somebody
I'm
can
sorry.
clarify that with me before my vote in
I know, but
August.
that was in there. 7.
Okay, then I don't know.
If you go back-
I have correspondence with
I
Mr.
can call it
Flanagan,
up.
and I didn't hear any of that information.
Well, it's in there, it's in there, so please go after the meeting, go and look it up.
Well, I have my piece that I've said that I'm no longer in agreement, which doesn't make any difference to you, you're still going to have your vote, sure. But I want it on the record that this was not what I, in good faith, voted for in August, because of my faith and trust in Gipple and Flanagan.
I respect that, and I will also go on record saying that that is why Mrs. Powers and I begged you not to, let me finish,
Yeah. Mhm.
begged you not to vote on that meeting while we were out of town, and you were adamant you were going to vote for it without discussion further amongst all 5 of us. But if you read the minutes, it's exactly how it's stated in the minutes, which everyone voted for. So, and I am confident with Mr. Markling as our attorney, I see no reason not to move on and not stop the momentum he's brought on. So I understand your position.
I have
but-
no problem with Mr. Markle, I really don't. I just don't understand what happened in the meantime between August and 3 months till now,
Well-
with Mr. Flanagan no longer in the picture. But there again, that is it, and I was mistaken in August, I will mea culpa, that we probably should have gone out and looked for a different law firm, but we didn't. We have Markling, but I wanted to go on record that I'm no longer behind this.
I would like to interject that
This is a board's discussion.
This,
Please,
I want
please.
to clarify, this language is different than what was in there, and that
Well, wait a
pending matter.
minute. This is the board's discussion now, okay? The board members.
And I just-
You don't need to clarify anything at this
Well,
point.
there's a
This is not, wait a minute, please. This is the board's discussion, okay? The board members here. There is a slightly difference in that. And what is different is that we were using Benish and we were using Rich and Gales, okay, for anything that had not been settled up to that point. Now, under the same retainer, without paying any more, we will now, they're taking those over. So we won't pay any more, that means we'll have no more payments to Benish or Rich and Gills for the past cases that were lingering at the transition function.
That is correct, that's what I want clarification. That
This is-
just changed.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mrs. Powers,
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong,
Aye.
Mrs. Bedia. Aye. Mr. Panacci,
Aye.
Mrs. Bennett.
Okay, the minutes, is there a need to break out any of the minutes? We have a lot of special meetings as we were interviewing a lot of possible superintendents at the time. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the November 3rd, 2014 special meeting, the November 6th, 2014 special meeting, the November 10th, 2014 special meeting, the November 13th, 2014 special meeting, the November 17th, 2014 special meeting, the November 20th, 2014 special meeting, the December 1st, 2014 regular meeting, December 8th, 2014 special meeting, December 10th, 2014 special meeting, and the December 15th, 2014 regular meeting.
Second.
Okay. Moved by Ms. Bedio, second by Mr. Bedio, Mr. Yeah,
Mr. Bedio.
Mr. Malachi. Too many beefs here. I'm getting this out. Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. Armstrong,
Aye.
Mrs. Bedia. Aye. Mr. Panacci.
Aye.
Mrs. Bennett.
Aye.
Mrs. Powers.
Aye.
Now, item 11, we come to the treasurer's report and recommendations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
First item under the treasurer's recommendations is to approve the financial report for November 2014. And I wish to recommend the Board of Education approve the financial report for November 2014 as presented in Exhibit number 3.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs.
Roll call.
Bedia? Mrs. Bedia? Aye. Mr. Benacci?
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews?
Aye.
Mrs. Powers?
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong?
Aye.
Okay, the second item is the check register for November 2014. I wish to recommend the Board of Education approve the check register for November 2014 as presented in exhibit number 4.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Benacci?
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews?
Aye.
Mrs. Powers? Aye. Mr. Armstrong?
Aye.
Mrs. Betty? Aye. That concludes my portion of the recommendations. Thank you.
Now, 12 is our superintendent's recommendations. Russ?
Thanks, Mr. Armstrong, appreciate that. I have a number of recognitions from the Board of Education. January is Board of Education month, so if I may, I'd like to read a proclamation. School Board Recognition Month. Whereas it shall be the mission of the Stow Munroe Falls City School District to provide all students with the best possible education. And whereas the school board sets the direction for our community's public schools by envisioning the community's education future. And whereas the school board sets policies and procedures to govern all aspects of school district operation. And whereas the school board keeps attention focused on progress toward the school district's goals and maintains a two-way communication with all segments of the community. And whereas serving on a school board requires an unselfish devotion of time and service to carry on the mission and business of the school district. And whereas the school board must respond on behalf of the community to the educational needs of students. And whereas the school board voluntarily accepts the above-mentioned responsibilities. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Superintendent Dr. Russell D. Jones, do hereby proclaim January 2015 as School Board Recognition Month in Stow and Munroe Falls. I encourage all citizens to publicly and privately thank the school board members for all school districts serving the community for their dedicated service to our children. And I have proclamations for all of you in that regard.
Thank you.
Second proclamation is from the governor's office. John R. Kasich and Mary Taylor, Governor and Lieutenant Governor of Ohio, do hereby officially recognize School Board Recognition Month for January 2015. The service provided by the members of Ohio City, Village, Local, and Joint Vocational Boards of Education and Educational Service Centers governing boards is critical to ensuring high-quality public education for Ohio school children. Through partnerships with teachers, school administrators, staff, and parents, school board members provide vital leadership and support for schools. We thank them for their service, for the positive difference that they make throughout our state. Signed by Governor Kasich and Mary Taylor. So look at that proclamation for all of our board members. And if I may, lift it up. And finally, from the Ohio School Board Association, signed by their president, Ed Penrod, and the executive director of the Ohio School Boards Association, Richard Lewis, in sincere appreciation for exemplary leadership and service to public schools, presented to each of our board members. First, Rod Armstrong. Give him an applause. Fred Benacci. Pat Matthews.
I want background too.
He's the president. Jerry Bedia. Karen Powell.
Russ, I think you're us up here.
And finally, I have a couple gifts I'd like to recommend the board accept. And I'd like to recommend that the board accept the following gifts. Mr. Raymond Smith donated 20 Dell laptops and 21 power cords to Lakeview Intermediate School, valued at $1,484. And the Stow Parents Association donated $750 to the Stow Munroe Falls High School auditorium sound system upgrade.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Matthews?
Aye.
Mrs. Powers?
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong?
Aye.
Mrs. Bedio? Aye. Mr. Benoit?
Aye. One other thing I have, and I think Tom would agree, go Bucks.
Stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning. Then my daughter called me after I got to bed.
I'm sorry, I only made it up through the first half.
The DVR.
Yeah, David, yeah. Okay, now we come to item 13 on our agenda, which is comments from the audience. Citizens have an opportunity to bring their concerns before the Board of Education. All comments should be directed to the board. Individuals presenting concerns and/or questions to the board may not receive complete answers. This time, the same evening, the board will study and consider your concern and will either have a board member or a central office administrator contact you as the information is required. Is there anyone wishing to comment from the audience? All right. Now we'll move on. There is no new old business on the agenda. Item 15, new business. This is one we've been all waiting for. Do I have a motion for the Board of Education to employ Tom Bratton as superintendent of schools for a term of 3 years and 6 months, beginning February 1, 2015, and ending July 31st, 2018, at a salary of $120,000 with all rights and responsibilities under the laws of the state of Ohio and the policies of the Board of Education per the contract presented in Exhibit 5.
So moved. And I'll second it too.
I'll second it.
So moved by Karen.
Karen?
Second by Mrs. Betty. How's that?
Mrs. Bedio?
Just
Aye.
we'll take it that
All the way
way.
down.
Yeah, then we'll take it that way. Okay, roll call, please. Discussion.
Howard?
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong?
Aye.
Mrs. Bedio?
Aye.
Mr. Benacci?
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews?
Aye.
I'm not sitting there.
Not yet. I'll keep it going.
Immediately following the meeting, there's a little reception that prepared upstairs in the Commons, so everyone can come and talk to Mr. Tom, and I'm sure he'll want to stay all night and talk to you.
Is there anything you'd like to say now?
Yeah, you want to say anything now?
Did you want to say anything right
Yeah,
now?
I'm just very appreciative of the board. We had, it was a very thorough process and appreciated the discussions. And what I appreciated the most is that it went outside what you do in a normal interview, and we had some discussions that weren't just based on philosophy, or based on real situations, real life, and things that are facing the school district now. And I appreciated that dialogue and that discussion and that back and forth, and I think that respect at the table was a very good process for us to go through, as opposed to your canned type of interviews and search processes. So I just thank the board for that and for the trust, and I'm looking very forward to working here. I'm very excited, and there's nothing but great things that I hear about this district. I'm just happy to be here, so thank you.
Tom, is there a snow day tomorrow?
Yeah, I told Russ, I said he's on his own for another month.
We have to pick over.
Well, the nice part is for a year at least, I just blame everything on that.
All right, now, down to business. First, under new business, we also have a renewal levy coming up, okay? And do I have a motion, okay, for a resolution determining to submit to the electors of the Stow Munroe Falls City School District the question of renewing all of the existing tax levy pursuant to sections 5705.194 and to 5705.197 of the revised code, and that is attachment number 6, I believe. Attachment number 6. Motion.
Could we put on the floor some discussion about the term?
Well, first I'm asking for a motion and a second, then we have discussion.
So move.
Second.
Okay. Discussion? Is there any discussion that the board wants to?
I just happened to see that it's for 5 years. Is that what we want?
That was the original one, and
Right.
that's, the law now allows us to have 10 years. My preference is to stay with 5 years, because I think that holds us as electors more accountable and fiscally accountable, and waiting out there every 5 years. So if we're not doing our job, or the public thinks we're not doing our job, then they won't be doing it.
Okay, so you have given the thought that whether it be 5 years, because I haven't discussed this with anybody. So just
That's my
curious.
thought on it. Is there any other discussion here?
You go 5 years, you're going to be 2 years in front of the 10 years, the 2 10-year ones, or if you go 10 years, you're 2 years after, so it's one or the other. So, I don't have any preference either way on that, so that's,
I think 5 years is sufficient because things may change as far as funding for the schools and that sort of thing. So we can keep it at 5 years.
I would just bring to the board's attention in the current 5-year forecast.
So roll call on this, please.
Could we listen to Mrs. Bolton, please, Rob? She is our
But
treasurer.
this is the
here.
board, because this is the board's discussion at this point in time.
No, I don't.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Armstrong.
Aye.
Mrs. Bedia.
Aye.
Mr. Benacci.
aye.
Mrs. Matthews.
Aye.
Mrs. Powers.
Aye.
Okay. Possible executive session. Okay. Do I have a motion to?
Before we scatter, can Shannon get a quick picture of the 5 of you up on the steps right afterward? Can you pick something?
Is this like going away thing? Is it? Are you sneaking off on us? Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Okay, motion by Ms. Powers, second by Ms. Bedio. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Bedia.
Aye.
Mr. Benacci.
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews.
Aye.
Mrs. Powers.
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.